What up, YouTube? Super late here. Eagles game ended not that long ago. I'm exhausted, if you can't tell by looking at me. But I wanted to make this video before I go to bed. Few things I wanted to discuss, and mainly that's just what's been going on with me with the lower surgery. So I know that a lot of you guys want to hear about this. Those of you who still watch me, it's been a journey, obviously, to get to where I am. But I'm here. The last 3 weeks have been okay. It was a lot of bed rest at first. So first 2 weeks, like, bed rest. So I had, first off, full metoidioplasty with Dr. Miroslav Djordjevic. So what does that mean? Most surgeons do this surgery in at least 2 stages. He does it all at once. So I had release of the phallus, right, or what's called simple meta. I had a vaginectomy. I had urethral lengthening. I had a scrotumplasty, so they create the scrotum, and then I had implants, all in one surgery. So big stuff, right? It requires a lot of healing, a lot of time. Pain-wise, it was manageable. The first, it's a lot of pain at the hospital right out the bat, but they were able to manage that with some meds, and I was able to manage it with meds going forward. They prescribed me Oxycontin, and I took it like 4 times, so I was really able to manage most of the pain with Tylenol. Sometimes ibuprofen as well. Now I got fortunate that the medication for bladder spasms that they gave me was effective. I don't think I really felt any bladder spasms, but because of the medication. But there are people who do experience that a lot. Let's see what else. I mean, basically, I was only limited to I was limited to only 200 steps or so a day for like the first 2 weeks. And then after 2 weeks, it increased to 400 steps a day for a week. Now I'm back to doing more, but also listening to my body. So yesterday I got just over 6,000 steps. Today I got just over 9,000 steps in total. I broke that up into 2 walks. I am in New York City. I got my surgery at Mount Sinai. So I love New York City. Fortunately, my parents live here, so I'm able to stay with my parents while I recover. And walking around the city is just awesome, really. Ooh, some lightning out there. So, easy to walk around the city. So great place to get my steps in. Weather is great. Oh my gosh, I'm from Florida. I'm not from Florida, but I live in Florida, so it is just wonderful to not have the humidity, and the weather's just been great this time of year. So the last 2 days I've been the most active I've been in 3 weeks. Still listening to my body, still taking it easy, right? Not trying to do too much. Gotta let the body heal. That's really, really important. So that's what I'm doing, not just with rest, but also with my nutrition, right? So lots of protein. Protein plays a lot of roles in the body. Everybody thinks protein muscles. True, very true. Protein does rebuild our muscles. Our muscles are amino acids. However, it's also enzymes, it's also antibodies, it's transporters. Protein has a lot of roles in the body, and it really helps with recovery. So protein's a priority. Lots of fruits and veggies, okay? I mean, you guys know I eat like this anyway. Thankfully, my parents are also healthy people, so I have that option. But that's where you're going to get a lot of nutrients too. So that's my priority: hydration. I've been trying to drink about 75 to 100 ounces a day. And I'm not really sweating because I'm not really doing anything. I'm probably eating like 2 big meals a day. Yeah, 2 big meals a day. Again, my activity level is really low, so my hunger is really low. My appetite's really low, rather. But I'm prioritizing that nutrient-dense foods. That's important. What else? The fistula. Let's talk about that. So I do have a fistula. A fistula is basically a separation between two organs or tissues. So it's basically a second pee hole. Okay, so mine is in my perineum, and you can Google that. Perineum, I believe it is. But basically, it's close to my anus. So it's in between like my balls and my anus. And so it's back there. Now I discovered this. Today is technically Friday because it's 1 a.m. and I discovered this Monday night. But I think it started Sunday. So Sunday, I started feeling I was peeing, and I, would feel like this, liquid on the side of me, right? I felt like something was kind of dripping from maybe my balls. I didn't feel like it was coming out my penis, but I wasn't completely positive because, this new anatomy, like it takes getting used to. So, you're going to spray, right? So I spray, I got a double stream. I got to get used to aiming, which I am getting used to. And I'll talk more about that too. But anyway, I wasn't confident, right? I didn't know. And then Monday, I felt like, okay, I feel like, I kept peeing and I kept feeling this. And I'm like, let me see what's going on, because I feel like I might have a fistula, but I couldn't see it, right? Because it's so far back. So I was taking pictures from the front. I'm like, wow, I don't see anything. Because you're going to notice it's going to be a hole. And mine's probably about yay big, it looks like, from what I can see. And so what I did was I took a piss and I put the phone on the floor so that I could see. And I could see a stream coming, looked like it was coming from my butt. Obviously it wasn't. And I'm like, oh, I got a problem. So then I took a picture from like more far back, a selfie when I was lying down, and then I could see the fistula. So I had an appointment with my urologist Tuesday. So actually, no, I lied. I had an appointment with my urologist Tuesday. Sunday or Monday, I think I noticed things, but I didn't film it until Tuesday after the appointment. So that was, Tuesday night. It was Tuesday night. So anyway, I also happen to have a UTI, I guess. They took like blood from pee sample from me rather. But my catheter was removed Tuesday, but Monday night, I got really sick. And my mom had COVID the week before, so I thought I might have COVID. I had a fever. I felt really weak. I felt low energy. I didn't have appetite. And then same thing Tuesday morning. So urologist put me on antibiotics, and I felt a lot better since. So I don't know if that was because of the fistula, UTI. I still haven't heard back about that, but basically they just said if they needed to switch antibiotics, they would. I know my testing came back, but I don't know what the testing means. I had a list of things like normal, abnormal, made no sense to me. So that's that. So what happens with the fistula? Really, these things will heal on their own 9 times out of 10. If they don't, you need a minor surgery. However, they can't do surgery with things all swollen. Things have to calm down. Swelling has to come down. Tissue has to resolve, heal, right? That kind of stuff. So my next post-op appointment is in November 10th with Dr. Miro. So I'll come back to New York for that. And if I do need a surgery, it'll be then. There's nothing they can do beforehand, but hopefully it heals on its own. So what do? I'm supposed to plug it up. Now I'm supposed to use my finger. I do use some gauze because I'm having some bleeding right now, and I noticed the bleeding got worse when I used my fingers. So I still put the pressure with my fingers, but I put gauze on there first, which seems to be a little bit better. And I'm putting a little bit of gauze in the area in my boxer briefs throughout the day anyway, just to kind of track and see, when I don't want to get blood in my pants, in my boxers, but also to kind of see how much is coming out, but it's moderate. It's a little bit when I pee, a little bit in the bowl, and then I just kind of wipe around. So you want to keep it clean, you want to keep it dry. I've been told, I did like this group, so Mount Sinai actually has this support group on Zoom, which is really cool, and somebody on there did say they're going through a similar thing, and they said that that fistulas are not likely to get an infection, which is great to hear. I didn't know that, so that's a relief. But it should heal on its own. It should close up. My nurse says probably about a month. The urologist said it could take, or not the urologist, but the on-call doctor said it could take up to 3 months. But either way, again, I'm giving my body the best way, to heal, the best recovery I can. And yeah, I mean, that pretty much covers it. That's been my last 3 weeks. I could go into a little bit more detail, I guess, but there's really not much more detail to say. I was in the hospital for 2 days, 2 nights. I was released on the 3rd day. I was complete bed rest the 1st day. I started walking a little bit the 2nd day, and everything's been fine. Pain was easily managed. This is a surgery where the pain's not too bad. Most people do not need serious painkillers. Walking's not too bad. I got to do a cowboy walk. I'm still, again, not trying to do too much, but also getting that blood flow, getting that movement, letting my body heal, because blood flow, it's how we heal. Got to get those nutrients into the area, right? Blood's got to take that good stuff and get that bad stuff out, get the waste out. So, walking, standing, when I couldn't walk much, I did stand for a good amount just to get that blood flow to the area. That's recommended. But yeah, the first couple weeks were pretty much bed rest. And it's really just been the last 2 days that I've been more active. And I'm just going to continue to monitor things. I'm probably just going to go back to Tampa in about a week. And then resume work on a Monday. So I'll probably fly there like on a Thursday, maybe Friday, and resume work on a Monday. I miss my dog, so I can't wait to see him. But I think at that point I'll kind of be over the hump. Just make sure there's no issues with the fistula. But like I said, sounds like it's not likely to get an infection, so that's great news. And yeah, then my next appointment is going to be in November 10th. So this video is already 12 minutes. I don't want it to be super long, but if you have any questions you want to know, drop them down below. And the next video I make, I'll tell you all about just how I feel and how life-changing this surgery was for me. If you've watched my videos, you know I went back and forth about meta and fallow for a while. I had my consults like 6 fucking years ago, believe it or not, which is crazy. No, I started thinking about this 6 years ago and scheduled my consult. I think I had my consult like 3 years ago, maybe. But either way, a while, right? It's a while in the making. I personally could not be happier with Meta. I 100% made the right choice for me. So stay tuned to the next video. I'll talk all about that. And again, if you want to know anything, drop it down below. I got a lot of time on my hands, and I'll be more than happy to share. That's why I'm doing this. This YouTube helped me so much, and I want to get back and help other people by sharing my experience. Give this video a thumbs up, just one, because you can't do 2. If you like the video, and if you're just seeing this for the first time, subscribe if you want to see more. All right, until next time, and go birds.